Okay, we're going to start project 5. With each one of, there's the bell. That's not the real bell, that's the bell in the background of this recording. With each of these projects, I am trying to teach you a different concept with regards to computer programming. And today I want to teach you a concept called object-oriented programming. The idea behind having an object-oriented programming or using object-oriented programming is that you create objects, all of which have the same traits but can do slightly different things. You basically duplicate objects. Let me show you what I mean. So what I want to do is I want to create this thing where a bunch of circles will show up. I'll consider them stars. A bunch of stars will show up, and I want them to zoom to the center of the screen. Now, one way I could do this is I could create a whole bunch of different sprites. So I could say, all right, I'm going to create a sprite for every one of my stars, and I'm going to program something different for all of these different sprites. And I'm going to have each of these stars, imagine they were star-shaped, each of these stars do something. The challenge, of course, is that now I have to code something different for each one of these things. Instead, what I would like to do is create sort of this object class where every time I create a new star, it does kind of the same thing. So hold on just a second while I show you what I'm talking about. First, I'm going to get rid of all of these sprites. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and created a new project. I'm going to call this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it. Let's see, rename, or save as, I guess is how I do that. And I'm going to call that project 5 Starscape, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be kind of this Starscape thing. So I've got this new project, project 5 Starscape, and what I want to have is I want to have stars. So I'm going to do my usual search for clip art, find a transparent piece of art, and this is the, ooh, that one's nice. I'm going to go for this one. All right, and I'm going to view image. I kind of want it a little bit bigger. Well, actually, no, I think that one will be fine. So view image, hopefully it really is transparent. I'm going to drag it onto my desktop. And now I'm going to go here. I'm going to create a new script, green guy. And I'm going to use the image that I just got as his costume. Perfect, it's a nice size too. Let's make sure it's transparent. Nope, it is not transparent. Rats! Okay, I need to find one that in fact is transparent. So back to the drawing board. How about this one? Oh, yeah. You know what, I'm just going to find my transparent one and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I found one. This is my starburst, okay, and it is in fact transparent, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do with this thing is I'm going to basically create a clone of this. So what I want to do is I'm going to have a script here, and I'm going to say whenever I am created as a clone, when I start as a clone, I'm going to shrink in size. So I'm going to go to pen, or sorry, looks, shrink to set size to 50% or 20%. Okay. And then I'm going to forever twinkle. And that is in pen, looks, rats, I'm trying to remember this. Change ghost effect by 25%, and then clear graphic effect, and I'm going to do this control forever. And I'm going to put a delay in here so that it doesn't do it too fast. Okay. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do this. Am I twinkling? Ah, yes. Do you see how it's vaguely twinkling? Sort of twinkling there. Let's try this. All right, it's pulsing at least. Okay, and I probably need to do this. I need to duplicate this weight thing here. All right, so it's kind of twinkling, it's blinking, let's just say. All right, and I want to maybe change this, 25. Okay, so at least I've got this blinking star. All right, we'll call that good. So when I start as a clone, set size to 20% forever and do some blinking. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to do is that when I set this thing as a clone, I'm going to put it into a new place. So we're going to use our usual go-to thing, except I'm actually going to create a variable for go-to-random. Make a block. It's going to be a motion block. Go random. This is going to go to a random location, and I'm going to change go to x, pick random, negative 200 to 200. I'm going to copy this by hitting Control, duplicate, so now I've got two of them. I'm going to put one here and one here. So now, when I start as a clone, I'm going to go random, set size to 20%. Now watch this. This is what's cool. When I click on this guy, and I'll change it into a button later, but when I click on this guy, I'm going to make a clone of the other guy. So when I am clicked, create a clone of, and this is sprite 2. I need to rename these things. So I'm going to call sprite 2 star. Okay. And create a clone of star. Okay, let's just see what happens. All right, so I've got one star blinking. There's another star, and now I've got a sky full of stars. And notice that I did not create a whole bunch of other sprites. There's really only two sprites here. It's just that every time I click on this, I am creating a clone of star. So the first thing that you've learned how to do is you've learned how to launch a clone, and we've sort of defined what this clone is. It's set size to 20%, and then it has sort of this kind of blinking effect. So the first program I want you to write, I guess, is this Starscape, where you can click on this and create more and more and more stars. And they'll all be twinkling nicely. Okay?